If they can make more than a list of 25 to 50, that's great. But if they can make a list of at least 25 to 50 people, that's going to be a really good working capital. All right? This is their prospecting list. Make a list of 25 to 50 people, and as what we're going to do is do the PS3 with this list. All right? All we want to do is just work the numbers. Anybody here ever heard of X amount of prospects equal X amount of customers, which equal X amount of dollar bills, right? That's like this is the law of large numbers. So if you make a list of 25 to 50 people, we know for a fact with this program, we know you can get 3. We know you can get 3 off that list. If you actually go through this list properly, you can get 3 if you work the numbers and you use it and you do it properly, right? So what we want to do when they make that list of 25 to 50 people, what we want to do is teach them how to do the PS3. All right? All right? Or do you keep your options open to making additional income? That's the way you pique some interest. I believe about 80 to 90% of people will say yes when you ask them that question. Are you interested in making some additional income? So let's take this idea on this list of 25 to 50 people, and you're going through this list and you're saying, you're calling each individual, okay? This is what your new IBO will be doing. They're calling each individual, and they're simply, with excitement, they can't call them this 25 to 50 people, we scratch them out, we move right along. It's not going to affect you when it's on paper, right? Because you can just say, all right, next one, I got 49 people to go, okay? So, you know, we're going to call each person, see who's interested in making additional income. And those who say, yes, sure, I want to know more information. We want to form a new IBO to move to the S, which is share the video. Now, there's a specific way we got to share the video. We can't just say, when they say yes, all right, watch this video and call me back. You can't do that. When you share the video, you have to say, look, when do you have 10 minutes or 10 to 15 minutes where you'll be in a quiet area where you could check out some information? All right? When do you have 10 to 15 minutes where you're in a quiet area? That person's going to say, well, I get off work at 7 o'clock. I get off work at 8 o'clock. And you say, all right, perfect. I'm going to call you then. Make sure you answer your phone. Make sure you're in a quiet area. All right? That is extremely important. The quiet area. Anybody in here ever got on a three-way call? There's babies crying in the background. All right? There's music in the background. Somebody's cooking in the background, right? We need a quiet area. They're driving. Okay? Wind blowing in the background. You're like, Lord. Okay? So, you know, we want to make sure they're in a quiet area. And also make sure you are in a quiet area. Make sure you're also in a quiet area too. And also make sure that you're in an area where you could actually, where you could sign up this person on the call before you move to the 3. So whenever you are going to share the video, you just when you call them at the time, whenever they or get off work or whatever the case may be, the time they give you, then you share the video. Whatever the video you use, we use onecheck2commas.com, which is actually me speaking. All right, it's 10 minutes long, and you know it's a quick visual breakdown of the program. Now, a lot of people after they see the video, they will go ahead and say, "Yeah, I want to get started. I just ask them questions." All right, or some people may say, "You got questions." Right. Now, what do? All right, perfect. Look, I want to introduce you to someone who knows 100% of the information. I have a tremendous amount of respect for them. They're already making money in the company, and I want to introduce you to them, all right? I'm going to put them on three-way. Hold for 1 second. They're going to answer all your questions. Now we move to the 3. And that's the three-way call. This is the most important part of everything I just said, the three-way call. If you ever wonder why your organization is stagnant, or if people in your organization are stagnant, is the reason being is because no one's doing three-way calls. They're trying to do it by themselves. You cannot do this by yourself. As a new IBO can't build this by themselves. You need a cosigner. You need a bearer witness that everything that you believe in, that you're saying, that is true. Someone's going to come on and just cosign everything that you're saying. What is the three-way going to do? That your upline is going to come in. Your upline is going to tell their testimony. They're going to answer any questions that the prospect has. They're going to give a sense of urgency of why they need to sign up with you today. Then your upline is going to edify you. They're going to uplift you as well. They're going to say, Carlos Pond's about to take over in Houston. Carlos Pond is a true leader. Carlos Pond is about to make a lot of money in this company. He only has a couple spots left. You're getting at the right time with the right person. You need somebody to say that about you, right? And then your upline is going to close for you. Your upline is going to be able to say, look, we want to go ahead and get you started right now with Carlos. All right, Carlos is going to take you to his website. He's going to go ahead and fill out the information, and I want to help you the same way I'm helping Carlos build his business to the 600 Club in his first 30 days of business. How does that sound? All right, that person's going to say, that sounds good. All right, perfect. Carlos, go ahead and sign him up, give him my telephone number, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. We'll help you out, get you get started in our training. You get off the phone, and now you're in a position where they can sign him up. So this concept is almost like you start a new job, right? You start a new job, let's say in retail or customer service. If a new person comes up to you and they're asking you a whole bunch of questions that you do not have the answers to, you're a new employee, you're fresh out of training. What's the first thing you do? 1 second, can I be my manager? My manager's gonna, and your manager, of course, they're already making money at the company. They're already edified as the manager, so that person's gonna respect. Manager could be new too. They're gonna listen to anything the manager says, right? So it's the same concept. You just gotta pass it. You peak and you pass. All right. So once we get to that point of the 3, and we close that individual, we just duplicate and we repeat. But the key, once again, in this thing is the 3-way call. And in those first 48 hours, if you really get that person knowing a few things, which is they need to know how to go through their website. And I would dedicate them to some product. I choose TaxBot. TaxBot is a product. That's download TaxBot to your phone, and the first thing you need to do is snap a picture of your $99.95 Platinum package and write it off now. So now you really didn't lose nothing when you join, because the Platinum package is a tax write-off. Right? So I get them dedicated to some product immediately. Then I kind of give them spend a little extra time with that person. That new IBO, the first 48 hours, you kind of got to baby them a little bit. In the first 48 hours, you kind of got to walk, you kind of got to hold their hand, make sure they make their list, follow through with them and say, hey, have you made that list yet? We're ready to start. I'm prepared to start taking those 3-way calls for you. All right? And once they make that list, you're in action. They're in action, and then from there it's all numbers. PS3, get their 3 partners. Now they got their 3. Now we get 3 strangers out of them out of their 50-person list. And now you're moving on in the program. And if you do this properly, you could really become a founder 3 in a week. And that's what I did. I was able to become founder 3 in a week when I came to DL's house. DL, how many 3-ways was you doing for me, bro?
12.
More than that.
12.
Back to back.
Oh, I'm talking about them 3 days.
Those 3 days. When I was at his house, I was just piquing interest, giving him information. I was blessed because I was in his house. I was in his home. All right. I was just like, take it from there.
I couldn't tell him no.
But the thing is, though, I didn't